Emma Raducanu adds Rafael Nadal's former coach Francisco Roig to her team. British number 1 needed replacement for Mark Petchey. Novak Djokovic pulls out of Cincinnati Open. Emma Raducanu has added Rafael Nadal's former coach Francisco Roig to her team on a full-time basis before this month's US Open, it is understood. The 2021 winner at Flushing Meadows has worked with British coach Mark Petchey on an informal basis since March and enjoyed a positive run of results. However, Petchey's TV commitments meant he was always unable to become Raducanu's full-time coach, and after a trial with Roig following Wimbledon, the 22-year-old will begin work with him in Cincinnati this week. He has agreed a contract until the end of 2025. Raducanu has struggled to settle with a coach in recent years until her part-time work with Petchey started to pay dividends earlier this season. A WTA 1000 quarter-final showing at the Miami Open in March was followed by a last-16 run at the Italian Open before she made the last 8 in the first women's tournament at Queen's Club. Aryna Sabalenka proved too strong for Raducanu in round 3 at Wimbledon, but this was backed up by a semi-final at the City Open as the British number 1 targets being seeded at the US Open later this month. Petchey, who worked with Andy Murray at the start of his career, revealed in July that Raducanu would need to find a full-time coach soon, and she has found that in Roig. The Spanish coach worked with Nadal alongside Nadal's uncle Tony for most of the 22-time Grand Slam champion's career and more recently was part of Matteo Berrettini's backroom staff. Raducanu will stay close to Petchey but turns her focus back to rising up the WTA rankings with a strong display at the Cincinnati Open over the next fortnight. Djokovic pulls out of Cincinnati Open. Novak Djokovic is set to enter the US Open without playing in any warm-up tournaments after he pulled out of the Cincinnati Open. Djokovic has not played since a comprehensive straight-sets loss to Jannik Sinner in the Wimbledon semi-finals on the 11th of July. The 24-time Grand Slam champion struggled with a left thigh injury during his one-sided defeat at the All England Club, and after he missed the Toronto Masters, the Serbian will now sit out another ATP 1000 event in the shape of the Cincinnati Open. After being included on the original acceptance list, an updated version on Monday showed Djokovic as a withdrawal. The next time Djokovic is expected to return to action will be in the US Open mixed doubles after he partnered with Olga Danilov.